Hey, I can't even think what to say. What's different? What am I doing? Hey, welcome to the sweet. I'm doing an outtake one for you. What up with this? Hey, fellow babies, welcome back to this week's Pach-Attack. Okay, we have a question from Taizuke. Hello, Mr. Pack. My question is, why does it seem like Japanese games take forever to come out? The Last Guardian, Final Fantasy Versus, and Kingdom Hearts 3 being examples. Keep up the great work. Much love from Puerto Rico. I honeymooned in Puerto Rico. We love Puerto Rico. You know, I think that the answer to each of these is different, but Last Guardian, I think they're just really making a great game and taking forever. I think that, you know, that Sony has had some really long development times for some of the PS3 exclusives. That's a Japanese game. We all know Agent from Rockstar was announced back in 2007, and we're still waiting. I think that Kingdom Hearts, Disney characters, I think that could be a hang-up, that, you know, you've really got to get approval from Disney on how the characters are portrayed. Final Fantasy, Square has never been fast at getting that game out. So, you know, I think that what you really are looking at here is perfectionists making games, and these games, some of these games really are perfection. I mean, I get why they take so long. They're making art. I don't think they're really thinking about this as profit. I think they're thinking about it as art. I think most games really do kind of fall into two camps. Either somebody's out to make a big profit, and that's the Call of Duty, Madden football, you know, the stuff that comes out every year. Definitely Assassin's Creed, definitely profit is the goal. And then there are guys who are looking at this as art, and that's pretty much everything Rockstar does, and pretty much everything that comes out of Japan. And the trade-off between profitability and quality, you know, it's probably not worth it from a purely financial perspective, but the guys making the games don't care. They want the game to be perfect. I would say that's true of a lot of Nintendo products too. They care more about just the best game they can possibly make. They will spend an extra year or two or three. My favorite example, not out of Japan, was the guys working on Alan Wake. They just wanted to make that game perfect. You know, they were working in Finland, but Matthias Milrin, great guy. And fortunately, it was his own money, so he was able to spend as long as he wanted and make a perfect game, and in his mind, it was perfect. So more power to you if you've got the resources and the time to do it. I think gamers win if you get something that's just really great. The companies don't always profit to the max if they hold off on releasing games. I mean, if you were, you know, if you think who makes more money, Activision with Call of Duty coming out every year, or Take-Two with Grand Theft Auto coming out every, looks like 5 years now? The answer is Activision by a lot, by literally tenfold. So, you know, there is something to be said for releasing something every year. Great name. Next question from Twitter, from @CheeseDip. Okay, that could be my favorite Twitter name ever. I'm gonna have to follow this guy. I don't know what he does, but I like his name. Hi, Pac-Man. Do you think Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo will ever leave the console gaming market? If so, which one and why? So you're thinking only one of them, huh? No, I don't think any of them are ever going to leave. Sony, you know, Sony's committed, and I think Sony does a pretty good job. Nintendo, it's their only business. So Nintendo's only going to leave the game market if Nintendo ceases to exist. That's probably not happening anytime soon. And Microsoft is using games as a means to an end, and the end is domination of the living room and providing the internet access point in the house. I think Microsoft with the Xbox 720, with Kinect built in, with Smart Glass, is going to turn, you know, your house into an Xbox enabled, you know, center for any internet display on any television in your house, any phone in your house, any tablet in your house. So I think that Microsoft is really all about delivering cable television, and they need to have people buy the box in order for them to succeed at that. You're only going to buy the box because you want to buy the next Call of Duty or Battlefield or Madden or FIFA, and you got to have that box to play it. So I think the box is their Trojan horse to dominate the living room. I don't think they get out of it. So again, no, don't think anybody's ever going to leave unless they leave feet first. And I don't think any of them are going to die anytime soon. All right, fellow babies, thanks for joining us on this week's Pach-Attack. If you have a question, please submit them to the link below. And if you have a question for me on Twitter, I'm at Michael Pachter. You have to follow me on Twitter so I can reply. If you want a question answered on the show, please make sure you copy at Rohan Likes Pants, because Rohan picks all the questions.